Hey, Nique, in the first half, over here. First half felt like you had some momentum in your game, felt comfortable, especially the first time you were out there. What were you feeling? And then as well, can you rate your dunk and how you felt that was tonight?
Yeah, just trying to get into the flow of the game early, be more aggressive and not think too much when I was playing. And the ball happened to find me a few times and just made plays and, got off to an early start. But that's part of the game. Sometimes you're going to get the ball, sometimes you're not. So you just got to find that rhythm within the game and find a way to impact. Dunk was cool, didn't win, so it doesn't really matter. But it was good to finally see one go down.
Obviously, Domas is still getting his rhythm out there, but what's it like for you playing alongside him? Did it a little bit earlier in the year, but how is it different, and how does he help your game?
Nah, he's a great guy to play with. He's very unselfish. He's always looking to pass, and he draws so much attention that you're able to find little spaces to be open, whether that's cutting, getting an open three. He just draws so much attention, like I said. So his presence on the court is definitely felt, and good to have him back. Definitely a guy I like playing with.
Nique, a lot of your draft profile coming into the league was kind of the Swiss Army knife ability to do a bunch of different things, handle a bunch of different responsibilities. What has that been like, trying to find that fit and plug yourself in where you're needed with this group this year that's such a veteran-heavy group?
Yeah, and I think a lot of rookies go through it just trying to find, whatever their role may be on a team. I think for me, we got a lot of guys that can score the ball, a lot of guys that, coming in, I have you just have a lot of respect for it because they've done so much throughout their careers and time in the league. And so trying to find, like I said, ways to be impactful, whether that's, cutting, whether that's defending, rebounding, doing all the little things. Your time will come where you can become a scorer and whatnot, but take the shots when you're open, just make the right plays and keep the game simple.
You guys got that game in Miami. What did you just make of just the chippiness with this team and just the physicality that they kind of play with?
Yeah, no, they play hard. They made shots tonight. You got to give them credit. And I don't feel like we guarded very well, myself included, just getting driven by, not helping each other out very much, and not making it tough enough for them. They were just getting whatever they wanted. So that was the story of the game.
Nique Kaspiris, he was drafted ahead of you in the draft, and of course he's a Lithuanian like Domas. Looked like y'all had a little chat there at the end of the game like that. What do you guys know about each other?
I met him going through the draft process. You get to know all the rookies and stuff, doing all the transition programs and different things like that. So I got a lot of respect for all those different rookies, guys going through the same thing I'm going through, and just giving encouragement to those guys as well to keep pushing. You want your class to do well alongside of you, but of course you want to be the one that stands out more than the rest of them. So it's always going to be competitive, and it's always personal going against those type of guys, but you want to see them do well as well.
Nique, when you have the ball in your hands, you seem to be a lot more aggressive overall. Is that something you feel a little bit more comfortable when you're part of the flow of the offense and the draw and kicks and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think, I definitely have to be more aggressive and be ready to, shoot, drive, or just make a play, especially when Debo's getting, double teamed, or Domas, guys like that are getting double teamed. So they are making other guys make plays like myself. So I definitely got to be ready to do that. And, I work on my game so much. I'm confident in myself. I know the shots will fall, and I know I'm capable of making the right plays. So I just got to continue to buy into that, and I'm getting more and more comfortable as I play more.
Thanks, Steve.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey, Doug.
What's happening?
10 players playing a lot of minutes tonight. How difficult is this becoming, getting new players in and trying to balance it, and like Zach Levine playing very few minutes in the second half?
Yeah, it's difficult, obviously, but you're trying to find that energy group that's bringing the energy at a really high level. We want to be physical and make sure that we're being handsy, keeping people in front of us like that. That's the most important aspect of it. And tonight they got away. Obviously, knocked down a lot of threes tonight. 50% from the 3-point line. You know, most nights in our league, you're gonna win a game. But yeah, it's difficult trying to find that rhythm of who's bringing that energy and finding a group that is working really well together and exploiting what the opposition is showing you.
What'd you see with all the made threes for Miami, and how much did their pace factor into that?
I think their pace a bit. I have to go back and look at the film to be honest with you, but it looked like the inability to keep people in front caused help, kicked out, some of the pin downs, even the inability to work over or quickly under, meet them on the other side. You know, you have to make those decisions in a split second. And guys were, breaking us down on the dribble, getting inside. We lost sight sometimes. You got some back doors, and then that freezes you. Now they kick it out, and they're knocking down threes. So, I mean, just a great shooting night for them, obviously. But we need to contest at a higher level, grab, hold, and control, and be a lot more physical. We just weren't as physical and didn't match, and I don't even want to match. I want to exceed the physicality.
Doug, a couple of years ago, you guys didn't have enough playmakers, and it became an issue late in the season when you had injuries.
Yeah.
This team seems like it almost has too many playmakers, and it almost like at times there's too much going on. Do you feel that sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that you feel because there's a lot of different moving pieces, obviously. But, yeah, that can happen. But, we've still been able to compete at a high level. So for me, the playmaking and all the different things, I'm more interested in the fact that we need to be physical, stop people, play to our standard first and foremost. Like if we do have playmakers out there, move the basketball, share the basketball. Hopefully guys are knocking down shots and playing a beautiful style of basketball. And, that hasn't happened in the last couple games.
Doug, just to ask a little more specifically about Zach, he had a decent game going offensively early on. Were there things defensively that you're pointing to that you didn't see from him that you wanted to see?
Sometimes, he was 7 for 10, so obviously shot the ball well. But, we're trying to find rhythm and find a group that is stopping people at the same time. So, Zach will come tomorrow and he'll probably have 40. So that's part of the business. Like some nights you'll have it offensively, but we didn't have a great problem scoring tonight. We had 117 points, but guess what? They had 130. So we need to stop somebody.
Doug, DeMar over the last handful of games seems to be playing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. I know that's cut off of your cloth a little bit, the type of player you were. How much do you like seeing that from a very established veteran in this league?
Yeah, I think more than anything with DeMar is he's like a very high-level scorer, obviously, in the bumping and holding and slapping on the arms and different things. And when it's not called, it can be a little frustrating. So I think that we're seeing a little bit of that. Also, he wants to win, and I appreciate that. Like, we have to make sure that we take pride in what it is that we're out there doing, and there's a spirit and a joy to what we're doing. And for the last couple games, it hasn't been there to the same level that it had previously, and then we have to find that as a group, and we will. Yeah. You guys are good? Thank you, guys.